out. So, chatting live with visitors from your website. Wix adds new features all the time, and I'm constantly watching to see what they're adding. And as a preferred website developer on the platform, I'm part of the beta program, so I get to test things out, give my input, and check and see what they've added. And I always get notifications that something's coming online or about to be launched. So today we're going to talk about the new chatbot feature. And I can also show you how to set it up on your website so that it works just fine. And Gwen, since you are here, I'm not going to pick on you. You don't have to talk or anything. But if you don't mind, I'd like to demonstrate some of it on your website, if that's okay with you.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
Then you're all set up. So let's go ahead and move on. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to scan this QR code. If you have one of my websites and you do not have your live chat set up yet, you can scan this QR code and with your phone, take a picture of it, and it should take you to the Wix owner app in the App Store. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. So if you haven't done that, let's do that now. And if it doesn't scan for you, you can go to your App Store, find and search on Wix owner app, and it has to be the owner app, not just the Wix app. So it has to be the owner app, and then download it. And then once you've got it downloaded, I'm going to show you how to do it. So I don't want to go too fast here because I want, if you haven't downloaded this on your phone yet, I want us to do it together today. So I'd like everyone to go ahead and unmute yourself if you have one of my websites and just let me know that you've done it. Gwen, have you already downloaded this app?
Yes, I have the Wix owner app.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
And Susan, your website's not live yet, so you won't need to do this today. We'll do this together on Tuesday when we launch your website.
Okay, wonderful. That would be a lot easier for me, I'm sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you need to email me as to what time on Tuesday you're available so we can set that up for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So congratulations, Susan. You're about to have an awesome website.
And I'm excited about it too.
Yes, well, you've been previewing it, so
Yeah.
you know what it looks like, and it looks pretty awesome.
Yes, it does.
And Gwen, you've already got yours, so I'm going to go ahead and move on from here.
Okay.
Oops. I hit the wrong button. All right, there we go. So when you download, you want to make sure that you open up the app and you go to the inbox here, and then you go to settings under inbox, and you toggle on your chat availability. And this is important to know, even if you've already downloaded the app. If you want to turn it off, you're in a meeting, you're at a listing appointment, you don't want those notifications pinging on your phone, just go toggle it off so you're offline. And it sets up the offline notification on your website that telling the visitor, I'm currently offline, leave your information and I'll get back to you shortly. So it's important to toggle that on and off when you're not available and when you are available. So you go to inbox at the bottom right, and then you go to the settings on the pop-up, and then you toggle the chat availability on or off, online or offline. Very easy to do.
Okay, how do I,
go ahead.
How am I getting to the settings? I'm looking here. I went to the inbox. And I don't see the settings.
Okay, see the 3 little dots up here in the top right where it says inbox?
Okay, hold on.
that should open the pop-up that where you find the settings.
Okay, go back. Okay, there you go. Okay.
I missed
And
that
settings.
step. I should have noted that. I'm just so familiar with those three little dots.
Got it.
You
Okay.
got it?
Uh-huh.
All right. So you are all set up. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
So how do we get people to talk to us when we get notification that we have a visitor? And we click on our notification, we can start texting with them just like you're texting on your phone in under messages. So it's very quick. It's like instant texting back and forth. It's no different than texting under your text messages on your phone. And they can see that you're typing and you can see that they're typing, those three little dots that rotate. So how do we get them to respond to us? What are we going to say to them? If someone comes to our site and we want to start a conversation with them, we need to be conversational. We want to ask open-ended questions, not yes or no. We want to reveal who we are. We are not a robot. We're not artificial intelligence. We are who we say we are. And then we want to get to know who they are, because they are also not robots. And we want to be engaging and show our personality. If you have a wicked sense of humor, use it. It can be very revealing. And why is this important? I've had more than one now. I got 2 more calls from agents that have been using this, and they've also gotten either listing appointments or buyers that they're showing homes to, just from starting conversations with their visitors on their website through their live chat. So it can be a very good tool. More than likely, if I come to your website because I want to sell my home, and that's probably the majority of the people that come to your website are going to be sellers. If buyers are going to go to Zillow, right? So our websites are primarily targeted for sellers. And they're going to look around my site and they're going to read my about page. They're going to read my testimonials. They're going to make sure that I look professional and all that stuff. But gosh, just think if you opened up a conversation with me and started talking to me in a personal way, I'm probably not going to go look at someone else's site. I'm probably going to say, hey, yeah, let's set up a listing appointment. And that's the other thing that we're going to have another class on here, is that if you would like to sync your Google Calendar with this, we'll set that up on your site so that they can actually set an appointment that goes straight into your Google Calendar, your Gmail calendar. Just be aware that if you do that, it has to be your primary calendar. So let's talk about icebreakers and conversation starters. So I've started a list, and this is by no means complete, but in just talking with other people, you know, what kinds of things are they saying to get people to talk to them? And again, these should always be open-ended questions, not yes or no questions. And just a simple, how are you doing today, is a great conversation starter. It's been suffocatingly hot this past week. So have you been staying cool in this heat? I mean, that kind of personalizes it so that, and it tells them that, hey, this may not be a robot, maybe this is a real person. So because you're talking about real-time events. So try to think of things that have can get people to start talking to you. If you notice, I've got in bold, I think it's like the 7th one down. If you own a home, would you like to know what your home is worth in today's market? Well, that's not really open-ended. All right, so how do we rephrase that? So when you're setting up your list of questions that you can refer to, just as reminders, let's think about the questions we want to ask, and then how do we change them from a yes or no to an open-ended question. And we do have someone who's very good at the English language, Miss Diane. If you want to say anything here, I would love that. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to show you how I turn this one into an open-ended question. So if you own a home, would you like to know what your home is worth in today's market? Instead of that, it's like, how much do you think your current home is worth today? So now, what are they can't say yes or no. They're going to have to come up with some idea of what, maybe I don't know, or maybe $1 million. That it's got to be a different answer than just yes or no. So even if you're writing up your questions and they're yes or no questions, then take the time to go through them and turn them into an open-ended question. Diane, do you have any comments here?
Not yet. It's looking good, Patsy.
Okay, well, don't hesitate to chime in.
Thanks.
So now we're going to try the live chat. So who wants to go first? So Susan, I know you can. I know Diane can, and Gwen can. So Gwen, I'm going to go to your website, and you should be able to see my notification that I'm there. You're going to get a notification that you have a visitor from Rancho Cordova, because that's where I live. And then you're going to start a conversation with me.
Okay.
I want to show you first, this is what the notifications look like on your phone. And yeah, I've got a lot because I have a ton of websites. And when the chat bot first opens up to your client, they're going to see your question, and then this form is going to pop up. Now you can not have this pop up at all, or you can just say name and email and message. You don't have to have the phone on there. They don't even have to fill this out. So you can continue talking with them, and they can continue talking with you without really filling out this form at all, or you can make it mandatory. I'm more a passive aggressive type person. So even though it's on there, I may continue to talk with you and then decide if I'm going to fill it out and go back, scroll back up in the chat and fill this form out. Any questions on that?
So you're going to be popping into my inbox, right? Because
Yep, in it. Just a second here.
Oh, okay.
So I've now gone to Gwen's website. Let me do a new share. There's Gwen's website. And did you get notified that you have a new client or a new visitor?
Not yet. I already had like 4 in my inbox. So I was just waiting for you to pop up. Do I actively go somewhere else?
If your notification is set correctly, you should have already gotten a notification that I'm there. I've already gotten it on my phone.
Okay, so let me go here.
And I'm going to start chatting with you. You may be offline. Did you toggle yourself to be online?
Well, it was, I still had it open. But I'm on my phone as well. So I'm looking to see you.
Oh, you're on the Zoom call on your phone?
No, actually on my laptop, it's the Zoom. And then I'm looking at the site chat right now on my phone. Oh, there you go. I see visitor number 35. Okay. Hello, I'm here to talk real estate.
Go ahead and respond to me.
Okay. Okay.
So can you guys see how the 3 little dots are showing that she's talking to me? Can someone unmute themselves? Let me know that you're seeing my screen.
We are seeing your screen.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
When you record, it doesn't give you the green box around your screen. So I'm like, am I sharing the right screen?
So Patsy, was this already here? Because I was trying to figure out how I can answer different people, and I don't recall being able to do a live chat.
This is brand new.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we'd all like 10 million for our house, right? But
Yeah. Right.
so Gwen, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get out of here and
Okay.
I'm going to show you, I'm going to go ahead and configure your chat bot to be a little more personable and pleasing,
Okay.
and kind of bring it up to date, because this is how it converted from the old chat bot to this new feature, and it's not as pleasing as I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the edit mode on your website. There we go. And now that it's loaded, I'm going to go see the chat here. I'm going to go to settings.
Okay.
And the first thing I'm going to do is put your mugshot right there. So we're going to go to display and make sure it's the bottom right, automatically open chat. You can have, it's on all pages. That's good. We're going to go to design and we're going to open up your picture. We're going to put your picture in there. This takes you to your media gallery. Let's see. Let's use this one. I think it's close enough. And there your picture is there. You see it?
Yes.
All right, minimize chat. So it's been doing this to me lately. Like I said, it's brand new. I'm sure they're still working out a few of the kinks here, but we're going to go ahead and add that to the page. We're going to go to text messages. Here in the message text box, and when you're offline, it says we'll reply as soon as we can. When you appear online, let's say,
Let's chat.
how can I help you today? When you appear offline, I'm going to say, just contact me. Because our other message down here is leave us a message and we'll reply as soon as we can. And that, again, we want to change that because you're an individual agent. Want to make it as realistic as possible. Okay. Now here's the chat form. So an email is always there. You can't take that out. But name, and this is where if you toggle on the phone number, see how it comes on over here, and then message, and then offline, you can see it's all on there, and online, show form when online. So if that's where you can take that form off if you're online and chatting with them, you don't want that form to pop up because, you know, maybe it will turn them off. So far, it hasn't really hurt anybody. The only thing that they prefer is not to have the phone on there. But see if it works for you, because I think getting a phone is more immediate than getting an email. So when do visitors see the form? You can say after they send a message or once they open the chat bot. I say after they send a message. And here's where you can toggle on to make it mandatory, but you don't have to do that. I don't like that. I like more passive. So let's go back to design. We'll go to the minimize chat. We're gonna make sure we have that on. And for some reason, it's not keeping your picture in there, but it is in there. So we're not gonna worry about it. So background and messages. This is where you can kind of have fun with your background. You can put a pattern behind it, and you can change your font type. We're gonna go to open, so it's not so squish looking. There, that looks better. And you can change your background color and your font color and all of that great stuff. But that looks pretty cool. Let's actually take off that pattern. Do you like that pattern?
Yeah. Well, it's a little busy.
Well, we can take it off. If that's better, let's leave it like that.
Okay.
I kind of like the leaves.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nice, the leaves.
Is that too busy for you?
No, that's pretty nice. I like the leaves.
Okay. So that's it. That's all you do to set that up. And now we're going to close this, and we're going to hit save and publish. And I'm going to close the editor, and I'm going to refresh my page. And you got another notice. Did you get a notice that I'm here?
Yes. From Rancho Cordova, yes.
Yeah, okay. So your picture didn't show up on the minimize chat. So let me see if I can fix that again. Like I said, they're still working out the bugs, but it's pretty much 98% working just fine. But also in here, I'm going to show you now where you can actually see a transcription of our conversation. So let's click on this, back on our settings, and design. I'm going to go to the minimize chat because I don't really like that. Where is the... Header design. That's still open sans condensed. So let's make that open sans. So it's a little bit, there we go. And text. And here where you can schedule online chat hours. So that's pretty much it. We're going to go to open the Wix inbox now.
Okay.
And here you can see a transcription of our conversation.
Yes. Okay.
Had I filled out that form, now let's go do that. And you can see it adds the chat form in a separate inbox notification. So now you have my email and my name. Now it doesn't have message on here. So let me go and add the message.
Wow, that's nice.
And save and publish. So that's pretty much it. That's how you get yours set up. Now, is there anyone else on here that would like to try it? Let me see who else is on here now.
Yeah, that's great.
So Diane already has hers set up. Susan will be set up on Tuesday when you have yours.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead now and go back.
Thank you.
So there's lots of things that you can do with that. I think you should be able to fairly easily convert a few people, probably not everybody. You don't want to startle people like, hey, what are you doing on my site? Who is there? It is I, little Billy Goat Crap. Of course, that might be pretty effective too. We don't know, right?
Right.
So the next thing, let's talk about two-step verification. So over the weekend, I noticed that some of you did not have your two-step verification turned on. And that is really important. When you go into your Wix account, you're going to go to dashboard, and then in the top right, where you're logged in as you want to go to your account settings. Now, this is not your website settings. This is your Wix account settings. So you have to go to the top right to where you see your name as logged in as, and go to your account settings. And then under account settings, you're going to scroll down to where you see two-step verification, and you want to enable that. So go to more actions and enable that. And why do you want to do that? You don't want anyone hacking your website. You don't want anyone being able to get into your website and doing, anything damaging, like putting in a virus or anything like that. So make sure that you do that on your website. And I believe they're adding it to the mobile, but I don't think it's there yet. So if I go to my site, my app, yeah, it's site and app. It is not, you cannot do a two-step on your phone yet. And I believe they're going to try and add that to your phone app. So just make sure that you have it on your website, because even if they get into I don't know how they would ever get into your mobile app, but you know, they're hackers. What can I say? So just make sure that you have it on your Wix website. Always have your two-step verification. And I know we all complain about it because every time we try to log in, it wants to text us the verification code, and it's another step we have to take. But it's another step that a hacker has to take too. So they can't get into your account because they don't get your information on your phone, the code to get in. So make sure you have that turned on. And that's all I have for today. I think that next week I'm going to talk a little bit about, well, first, before we get into that, if you don't have one of my websites, there is a app that you can integrate on most websites called Tidio, Tidio, and it may cost you $10 to $25 a month. And by the way, this one on your the Wix account, that's free. You're not paying for that. Well, you are in your it's included in your monthly hosting, so don't worry about having to pay extra for this feature. But you can, if you have a different website, check out Tidio, Tidio. It's one of the many live chat options you may have. Now, we have used it, correct, Diane? We had it on one of the websites before this came. This new feature was launched, and it wasn't very clean, right? I mean, what did you think of it in comparison to this?
This is much better. I don't think there is a good comparison. This is just a lot better and cheaper.
Well, and that Tidio one, it was kind of ugly, and it didn't seem to be very instant. I mean, it seemed to take more of it was a delay.
This is a lot faster.
And
It's almost instant.
I don't remember Tidio being able to chat with them as a visitor rather than if they open the chat bot. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's the experience that I had.
Okay, so you don't get notified that you have a visitor. You only get notified if someone is trying to chat with you when you
exactly
use Tidio. Okay. Sounds funny to say that word, Tidio. Oh, well. Okay. If you have any questions on that, I'm not sure I'm going to be a huge amount of help, but if you want to explore live chat, chat bots that you can chat live on your existing website, you know, you can Google it and see what else is out there. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of information out there on the different apps available. If you have one of my websites, you don't have to worry about it. You get it for free anyway. And you can either keep it on or off, whatever you want to do with it.
So Patsy, I'm looking for the, I'm in account settings, and I'm looking for the two-step verification. So,
On your dashboard?
yeah, I'm on my phone, and
it's not going to be in the app.
Settings.
You have to do it on your laptop in your chat bot, or
Oh,
on your Wix
okay.
dashboard.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have it yet on the app, only on your Wix dashboard on your laptop.
Okay.
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 But be sure and turn that on, okay?
All righty.
And Susan, we'll turn yours on when we get yours set up. I know it's going to be, you know, kind of a hassle for everybody, but since I get notifications on visitors, I had about 50 websites that were being, had visitors from Bangladesh over the weekend. So but they couldn't get in.
Huh.
So the minute something like that happens, the Wix security system, our security personnel were on the phone with me monitoring all your sites for you to make sure that there was no malicious or they weren't doing anything nasty and they weren't able to get into your sites. So, I mean, that's how secure they were and how responsive the Wix security team was in getting on the phone with me and monitoring all of our websites. And guys, that's a lot of websites. So they were right there with me. And In fact, they took over the responsibility to make sure no one got injured in this car crash. And I didn't really even have to worry about it after that. I was really pleased with the with what Wix did as far as taking control and monitoring your site security. But it would help them if you turned on your two-step verification, just as an extra precaution. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording here.